There are three ways to deal with regret. You ignore it, you feel it too much and you fall into despair, or you think and process it. I just read this book called The Power of Regret from Daniel Pink, and it's a fantastic book. And in this book, it says that how do you use regret to enhance your performance and move forward in the future? There are three ways we deal with regret. One, we ignore it. We try to just push that emotion down and just justify to ourselves that regret don't exist. And that is being delusional. Second is we constantly feel regret and we fall into the state of despair. And the third way we deal with regret is where we reflect upon it, we think about it, and we make better decisions, getting the lessons out of it and changing our decision-making patterns and make better decisions as we move forward in the future. Why am I sharing you about regret? Let me come back to it later. So in this book, it says there are 4 categories of regret. And let me just go through it and jump into the details later. So the first category of regret is known as foundation regret. The second is known as boldness regret. And the third is known as moral regret. And the fourth is connection regret. I particularly like the way that it was described, foundational regret. And in this video, I'm just going to talk a little bit about foundation regret compared to the other regrets. Why? Because I believe foundation regrets are the best regrets that can prepare us for the future. What are foundation regrets? Basically, foundation regrets are regrets based on a person not taking full responsibility of the current situation or not being prudent enough. It's about a person that is going for the short-term gain and long-term pain. No, for those of you who have kids, and if your kids watch Cocomelon, it's a basic story about the grasshopper and the ant. The grasshopper plays throughout the summer, and during winter, it's just there. Out in the winter, cold, finding for food and shelter. And that's a story about not anticipating and being prepared. Why am I sharing about regret at this moment? Because we are at a crucial moment in time. We have completed almost half a year. And there is another second half of the year left. What are you going to foresee as you go on with the current rate? If you go on with the current pace, would you be the grasshopper or the ant? What I'm saying is that in this book, it shares about a strategy to deal with regret, and it's known about anticipating regret. What it means is about you project yourself to the future and you reflect back and you ask yourself, am I going to regret this decision? Am I going to regret if I go on continuously doing this? And of course, I'm just summarizing here. There are the pros and cons. There are 4 principles on how to do this anticipation of regret. But in this context, what would you feel? What would you regret the most when you reach end of this year? Think about it. And if you say that I'm going to regret not doing this certification, I'm going to regret not going for this course, or I'm going to regret not proposing, whatever your answer is, start planning to it. Ask this question, start reflecting upon it. What are you going to regret the most? And start the work now. Do the preparation, because the grasshopper knew it is summer and grasshopper knew that winter is coming, but it was not prepared. The ant prepared for it. Be the ant and start preparing for the future. Do not let it slip by doing urgent work that are non-important. Start focusing on what's important, because the rate as technology is going, the rate that everything is upgrading and evolving, you need to evolve as well. And one of the best ways to evolve is to upgrade our decision making patterns. Yes, our decision making patterns. And this is one of the patterns that you can ingrain in, that you can use. No, the pattern is not you, but you can use this. Anticipate the regrets and start planning for it. Start making changes in your decision making pattern. And this can really help you to save you a lot of pain in the future. That's it for me for this month, and I hope you got some message out of it. And tell me, what do you like about this video and what you would love to know as well. And I'll see you in the next.